We are here once again to continue our random babbling and carrying on and continuing the talk on the new little 943.
It's freaky.
945 BK.
Right, yes.
943, the clip point that got discontinued.
Yep.
I made perhaps an off-color joke once I heard that this was a thing. I said, Benchmade probably suggested something like this to Warren Osborne while he was still alive, and he said something to the effect of, "Over my dead body." So now it's out. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this. I haven't been too crazy about the smaller Benchmade mini knives, but maybe this one will be different. It's hard to say.
Oh, but you don't mind your mini Griptilian.
Yeah, I didn't mind it, but it was I also really liked the grip, the full size 940, so maybe that'll color my my opinions a little.
I want to like it, but I definitely want to get it in hand, and that will decide for me how much I like it.
I think I'm going to like it, but yes, same thing. I want to actually see it in hand.
Are you?
Yeah.
Are you gonna wait for the inevitable S90 or M390 or M4 variant?
Probably, because that's the reason I didn't buy a 940 to begin with. It's because I'm a snob.
Yep.
It's not the wrong answer. I mean, this isn't the wrong answer either. The regular 940 is a great knife, but in any other steel, I'd be even happier.
It's an okay answer, but yeah, like it's... I win. I win.
I mean, I'm not going to argue with you, but you could put that S90 in the aluminum handle and I'd still be happy.
Yeah, you bet. You could do just a green and purple and just upgrade the blade steel, and I would still buy that knife for sure.
Do we want to touch on the fact that last week Mr. Fisk was saying that maybe they're stepping away from Osborne designs and having to pay out royalties and stuff, and they just announced a new Osborne knife?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I found that pretty funny.
Yeah. Just throw it a little bit of shade because he's talking crap about our viewership in chat.
Which also does make me wonder about the riffs and the Contigo blades being discontinued. And potentially what kind of revamp or something, or who knows, right?
Yeah.
Like
It's going to come out in S30.
I just answered my own question, but they do have the Osborne design logo on the reverse side of the blade. So it isn't just a Benchmade shortening. Apparently, I'm going to guess he had a hand in it, aside from just designing the full size.
I think just because it's on a 940 platform, and just probably there's a contract with the Osborne family.
Just giving him credit, kind of thing.
That they can't argue that this is a Doug Ritter Griptilian super freak whatever. This is very obviously
Yeah.
Did the Doug Ritter thing happen before Osborne passed away?
Yes, I think so.
No. The freaks came after Warren had passed away.
The only reason I'm asking is because maybe they had learned from his mistake or something like that, but clearly not. They're just better at contracts.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
I couldn't tell you. As much as I like the design, there's one thing that kind of sticks out like a sore thumb, so to speak.
What's
that? It's the mini dick clip that they decided to put on this knife.
Oh yes, that.
Yeah.
Well, hey, it's also a Warren Osborne design. You gotta give it the mini split arrow clip. You just gotta.
No, you don't.
But the mini's not his design.
Oh, but it's got his name on it, so it's as good as his, right? Isn't that the argument that was just made?
Touche. I mean, that was the argument that was just made.
But I'm pretty sure that's all Benchmade's baby. I think Warren didn't have anything to do with small penis envy.
I'm not touching that. But yeah, is this the first small split arrow clip?
To my knowledge, yes.
I
Yes,
believe
sir,
so,
it
yeah.
is. Yeah.
I wonder if anyone actually likes the split arrow clip as opposed to the standard Benchmade clip or the mini clips or the deep carry clips.
We're
Yeah,
gonna
Mr. Vince does. Oh yeah, and we did put up a poll.
Yep. I'm not quite there yet. Ben is saying he likes the color, but they need a blue thumb stud that matches
Yeah,
blue on the back end.
Mhm.
I agree.
Yeah, like how they've been doing it lately for anything else, like pretty much that has the colored barrel spacers. They've been matching the thumb stud.
Oh,
And I can't show you because the only one I have is the sheep's foot, but I'm sure Paul could. That they didn't do blue on a Griptilian either.
No.
but the blue on the black blade would just would have been nice. It would have been cool to see.
It would have popped really good.
Mhm.
And they
Like-
did do it on the Dash one. And they
Think
didn't
of
like
the
so
CRKT Caligo, with the blue spacer around the pivot,
Yep.
with that black background, and it pops so nice.
you mean the color? Is color the words that you were looking for there, Paul?
It was actually. Thanks. Pinkies up.
It's mainly because I have broken said pinkies, but anyway.
Yeah, that's fair. Mr. Fisk is making a point in chat too that the blue spacers and blue liners don't look right. And I kind of agree. I wasn't a huge fan of even the Griptilian's blue and gray color scheme. The blue just seemed a little bit too blue, if that makes sense.
No, it doesn't.
But with a little bit of a black wash to it, it kind of dulls that down just a little bit, and it turns out really nice.
I don't know.
So
I think
maybe
I like it, honestly. I'd rather have a little bit more of a flashy amount of color than just something that blends in a bit too much. But I'm also the guy who's been constantly complaining about all black knives lately, even though I keep buying all black knives lately. I like the contrast. I really do.
So I have a theory about this mini knife and the blueness of this mini knife and how it might be related to Ben from Blade HQ, or used to be from Blade HQ, that has the wee banter in said blue color as well as black colors, and having a finger test where it's small enough, and his only complaint about a 940 ever was that the blade was too long, type of thing. So convenient that the color scheme is coming out in a Ben Blue color scheme.
are you suggesting that he might have had some influence on their decision?
No, but the market wants it because Ben wants it, and there was a big
I gotcha.
nod towards what he did, and I think this is just jumping on the gravy train. But I think there's some credit towards Mr. Ben. Banters? Ben something something? I don't know.
I think it's
his last name.
Ben Banters, yeah.
On Instagram it is. I don't know his actual last name, but yeah. I'm going to call him Banters. So
Mr. Banters.
I don't know. I don't know if that's a coincidence or not, but with the popularities of minis lately and his knife coming out in a blue and or black scheme.
And I think we had talked at one point too about the 940, the new 940 variant with the S90 and titanium that's all blacked out with the blue hardware. And that would follow that same kind of idea of here's that same color scheme.
What was the model
But they
number on that
did
guy?
do-
I'll bring the picture of that one up.
Dash 2003. 940 dash 2003. But the cool thing about that one is they actually did blue hardware on the screws on that one, straight from the factory. And they didn't do
Yeah.
red hardware screws for the Dash 2001, which is a little disappointing because they came out in the same year, right? But it would have been nice to see.
I forgot how nice that knife looked.
Yeah, it's a pretty knife. I really like the way that one looks.
Like bug out clip and all, man. Bug out clip and all.
Yeah.
And controversy. I just want to clarify. Mr. Fisk is saying that he doesn't mind the blue as it stands, just not the two blues touching each other. He wants them to be touching themselves.
You need at least a stall apart away from them.
Ugh.
You can't be stall to stall. It's just
No, you need 6 feet.
Yeah.
On that note, do we want to delve into what people thought of the mini split arrow clip?
Yeah, yeah.
I think we're there. I think we're there.
So right off the hop, New York Blade EDC, NY Blade EDC, still looks like a penis.
Small.
Little penis.
It's a baby penis.
Don't say baby penis like that.
Let's just cut the feed at this point. Stone Wookie, his opinion is that the Easter Bunny deals drugs.
Okay. So here's the thing. Why wouldn't he? Like, go ahead, track him down. I dare you.
Yeah. I'm sad that Darren's not here for us to be reading his answer right now.
Okay, we'll let him know. Sunday.
That's
Next
almost
Sunday.
that honestly sounds like an autocorrect answer that he typed out in his pocket without realizing it.
That's fair.
No, I'm pretty sure that was intentional.
Oh, knowing him, it was, but just the sentence by itself is strange.
The Easter Bunny deals drugs?
Yes.
What do you think's in those little eggs?
More eggs.
Cocaine.
It's eggs all the way down, man.
He doesn't know any chickens. Figure it out, man. Isn't that suspicious off the get-go?
Those are
like,
rabbit.
There's a rabbit running around with a bunch
Dennis,
of eggs.
Dennis, those are rabbit eggs. Come on.
Yeah. How silly of you.
And the educational system. Ta-da!
The Catholic educational system, which is just a joke, but that's okay.
Lucky for us, Mr. Fisk is going to save us from this rabbit hole we're going down.
Going down the rabbit hole.
He was a little reserved in his answer. He held back a little bit, I think. So you got to think there was probably more anger in his voice when he said it out loud while he was typing it.
Okay. I'm waiting to hear it.
His wife is getting scared in the corner.
Yeah, exactly. It's garbage. And that's not being fair to garbage. Hashtag tiny penis clip.
Oof.
See, and here's the thing, though. I talked about it even. With the advent of the deep carries and like hating a bug out clip because of like how short and deep carry, but then also just like not being a fan of like the long deep carry, I gave the tiny penis hope for Mr. Fisk. I thought he was going to warm up to it, like nuzzle up to the tiny penis. And he didn't. It was a cold penis.
If you nuzzle the tiny penis, does it not then become the big penis?
Apparently not.
Anyways. Screamin' Pirate EDC says that Benchmade should put that dang 940 in their custom shop already. Which, you should probably put your 940 in the custom shop already. Fuck.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we've talked about this, though, too.
Yep.
About how many exclusives are out there. And compared to the exclusives of bug outs and stuff like that, I don't think you'll see as many store exclusives for bug outs now that you can make your own.
What are the chances?
I think that's going to go down.
Okay, so do you think that if the 940 enters, it'll mean less exclusives?
I think that's what's going to happen. And there's so many 940 exclusives right now. Like Blade HQ just sneak peeked an M4 JG10 940 variant as like, hey, guess what's coming out type of thing.
So here's the thing. If they decide to go down that route, will it just be the G10 variant as opposed to the aluminum? And will they keep the aluminum as just...
No, but they'll have carbon fiber, and that'll kill their Dash 1s. And I imagine they'll do G10. I don't know if they'll do aluminum.
Yeah.
And if they did other colors of aluminum, that actually might suck me in. If I could do different powder coats and stuff like that on my aluminum head, and then make a S90 or an M4 or 20 CB or whatever. But
with the
I think it'll kill me.
Yeah, I mean, it's, they're killing the diversity for sure in order to introduce more diversity. Ultimately, long as they don't add it.
Exclusivity store to store.
Yeah.
And how many people are profiting off of 940s in their own personal exclusives.
Well, here's hoping that they don't just introduce the 940 with plastic scales and shove that into the customizer, because that would be such a half measure.
They would do G10 at most, because that's obviously with the BK and the 945 and the... Yeah. What's your spout there, Paul?
I'm just going to say that they could very easily call it the 940 lightweight and ride Spyderco's coattails right into that train route.
Fuck you.
You're only saying fuck you because it's something they would probably do, too.
I'm going to refer you to Cedric and Ada's video where the Tenacious Lightweight weighed 12 grams lighter than the G10 version.
Yep.
And they called it lightweight. And you're like, oh my God, look at how fast I can run with this knife in my pocket.
Now check out how fast I can go with the Tenacious Lightweight.
Deja vu, I've just been in this place before. Higher on the street and I know it's meant to...
Yeah, it was a good video. And I agree.
Terrible.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's not terrible. It is terrible.
On a 940 platform, you can't go anywhere else. Like, it's already too light. So, with how small that knife is and the frame is, even if you went poly CF Elite blah 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 type of plastic, it still wouldn't reduce it enough to actually make someone go, wow. Like, I can't see it happen. The blade's too thick. Right?
Yeah.
You're not getting much lighter than the carbon fiber version.
No.
You're not. There's not much to go from there.
Yeah, there's not a lot of material to reduce at that point, for sure.
Toms has a good answer though in the question. His opinion. I got there, kind of. Leave me alone.
No,
my opinion is that in order to MXG gear will solve the problem. Which, yeah, as long as you don't mind buying aftermarket accessories for your knives, whatever.
And here's the thing:
they're not so bad.
Benchmade also started selling a whole bunch of their other clips, so you don't have to live with the tiny split penis.
I think that knife is going to look really good with a black mini bug out clip. I think the 945 is going to look really hot with that style of clip.
Yeah.
I don't care if Mr. Fisk doesn't agree or not. Like,
I'm waiting for Mr. Fisk to have an aneurysm at the fact that your H&K has a mini.
Damn Skippy, it does. That made that knife so much better. It's unbelievable. Yeah, straight up.
You've even got it on the wrong side. Jesus.
It's
on the wrong side.
Although I didn't deep carry the full-sized H&K. I left the H&K clip on it because I like the full size without the deep carry even.
Yeah.
I like it with a deep carry.
I did quickly toss on my bailout clip onto the Mini Super Freak, and ergonomically, no, I don't like it.
Oh, really? I do plan on going that route as well. But we'll see.
Do you find it gets like too pinchy towards the heel of your hand?
Yeah. For how it fits into my hand, it fills up too much on the back side there, and yeah, it's just no. Ergonomically, no, it doesn't work for me on the Super Mini.
You can't have too much on the back side.
Yep.
Yeah, I can see
Sometime.
that.
On that note, I am Honey Badger. Hashtag Tiny Meat Gang. So I don't know what he's proclaiming to the world there.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, but I'm trying to be polite about how I say it.
There's
But I'm just
no-
gonna bypass it and continue on to the
You
next
should have
one.
thought about that before we were streaming. That's for sure.
Yeah, probably. Not enough time.
He should have thought about that before he raised his flag on his tiny penis.
Correct. Sorry, bud.
So, like, this morning?
I guess. I'm trying to get off this derail. Please help me. Not Enough Knives says, I'm interested, but would rather a mini bug out clip. He said mini BM clip, but I assume he meant mini bug out clip.
Yeah.
I think, like I said, mini HK. I think it's the way to go. I think that's the way that knife is going to be all sexified.
Yeah, you're probably not wrong. Given PMW says he doesn't hate it, but now people can make size jokes about it.
That's
Which-
pretty much all we're doing right now.
As we've heard, people are making giggly dick jokes. Giggly ones.
Mm-hmm.
Ahsoka Edge has no opinion. None. Benchmade's never tickled his fancy to begin with. So, I mean, you can't be right every time. Ahsoka Edge is usually pretty astute. But
I see.
Benchmades are pretty damn good. That's all I'm saying. I've got
The
a couple
problem
of
is,
them around me right
the
now.
problem is that they chop up guns. You see.
That's
And
They
it's
should probably go out of business for that. Anyways, Rust and Dust says he wishes he could have it. So apparently the mini dick clip does not bother him. So apparently
Well,
it doesn't bother everybody.
I'm pretty sure there's an inappropriate joke about wishing he could have it.
He
You know.
just wants the mini dick.
How do you feel about it? I just
Hey,
wish I could have it.
maybe he's accidentally like humble bragging about the fact that he's got a giant dick, and he's like, make it a little bit smaller.
Well, maybe. But I'm pretty sure the question was, how do we feel about this clip? And the answer was, I just wish I could have it. Which
So,
means
pretty
a
positive.
little sexified.
In-
A little
in-
sexified.
In this gentleman's defense, he's Russian, so English translation is probably slightly off.
Maybe not ideal.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I think Russian. I might be wrong on that. But
Just a
So what you're saying is I should stop talking because KGB, right?
you're going to get shot.
oh no, he committed suicide by shooting himself in the back of the head twice.
I'm pretty sure the 6 viewers are gonna totally give us up.
So there.
Probably.
8. Mr. Fisk is saying BM clip is a good way to describe it.
Thanks.
Congratulations, sir.
If I was drinking, I probably would have actually
was a
spit
good
out
one.
my beer. Thank you.
That was a good one. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And Ben in chat is saying a bit smaller, never said by a woman. Microphone drop.
Not
And-
any woman you've been with.
Oh, snap. Oh, shit.
Okay, but here's
just some shade being thrown around in the Pokey Factor chat tonight.
here's the other thing too. Is I tried on my mini barrage. I tried all the different clips and tried to get it to work like ergonomically, and it just couldn't. It just, like you were saying, Nigel, is just hotspot
Yeah.
city as soon as you try it, type of thing. But I'm wondering if Benchmade starts to offer the mini penis,
Mhm.
is if the mini barrage could just, like
Well, even
Run
for
around knowing what he's got. And
even for the mini freak, I was wondering that as well, just because like proportionally for the size of the thing, it might look better on it.
yeah, I mean, no one needs a midget on a tripod, right? Like it's
Yeah.
No one needs a midget on a tripod. Anyway.
Yes, I will stick with the statement I said.
Yes, as you should. There's
on that
certain.
Ben also answered the question with half the knife is a clip. No thanks. So
And that's
apparently the clip is not small enough.
And that's with the mini clip too. So I mean, it's
Yeah.
it's not a big knife. Let me see if I can grab a picture. Yeah, half the knife closed is definitely taken up by.
Okay, so what is the overall handle length? You were going to look that up, but then I told you to stop spouting about the knife because
stuff
we were going to spout about it in this half. So
yeah, so the closed length, so the handle length is 3.84 inches, 9.754 centimeters. That's not crazy small. I want to see what they measure for the mini super.
I was actually wondering about the Valet myself.
Oh, the Valet.
In comparison.
Well,
This is some quality content right here, guys.
What's that?
So some quality content.
Hey, some people already own a Valet, and it's a wonderful knife, and they don't need a mini Osborne because the Valet already fills that niche.
So just because you're so excited about the goddamn Valet, here the closed
I'm just
length.
curious.
The closed length is 3.73 inches or 9.47 centimeters. So it's really similar to Valet size, like really similar.
I dig that.
The mini
So it's
super,
a what versus what? Sorry.
Sorry,
Specs.
so the Valet closed, the handle length is 3.73 inches. The Mini Osborne is 3.84 inches. So it's a really small difference.
0.1. Yeah.
Yeah, and for those for the Mini Super Freak, handle length is 4.05. Okay, so it is a little bit smaller than the Mini Super Freak. Super Freak Mini.
And then blade length between the 940A
Oh, the blade length is
and the Valet.
the blade length is a 2.9 on the Mini Osborne, and the Valet is a 2.96. So yeah, it's stupid similar to the Valet, although slightly smaller.
Boo.
Yeah.
Just buy a Valet. Buy a Valet.
Well,
that's the answer.
Apparently, there's no.
Mr. Fisk is saying in chat, a Valet is a wonderful knife for those situations where you don't actually need a knife. Which I think he's trying to throw shade, but I think that's an appropriate thing. Like that knife is a knife. It's great in an office. It's great in situations like that.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
Yeah, I think.
But,
I mean, if okay, so Nigel, how do you feel about the mini Super Freak in hand?
It's not bad. It's in that comfy 3-finger, and it's got enough of a flat spot there that I get decent purchase, and it's not uncomfortable.
Okay, so being that the Osborne is slightly smaller, I imagine that's going to feel just about as good in hand. If not for the fact it's probably going to be a little bit thinner from back to front of the knife.
Nigel has played with the Valet as well, right? Like, which you were saying is stupid close in comparison. So,
yeah,
that might be a better comparison. Is how Nigel feels about the Valet.
Maybe not, because the Valet is pretty. What? Sorry, what?
I'm just saying, in chat, Mr. Fisk is saying that the Valet has also been discontinued. So,
yeah,
you know that they're coming out with a new knife in that same size bracket because the 940 does so well. I mean, it makes sense.
But they also axe the Seibu and the Nakamura, so they've got to fill some sort of gentlemanly vibe coming up soon.
I will also say
they axe everything in that sub 3-inch category, right? So
I will say that the ergonomics are going to be less slightly less neutral than the Valet. I mean, the lines are pretty, except for where the thumb stud goes. It's a pretty clean design in terms of the lines. The Osborne, though, it has that little bit of a flair for the not really what you would call a finger choil, but kind of like a guard, keeps you from slipping up.
Yeah, but it's still neutral enough after that single.
Right. What I mean is it's going to force What I mean is it's going to force the knife slightly forward in your hand, comparatively speaking. Whereas with the Mini Super Freak,
it's better for poking.
yes, but I'm just saying in terms of where your hand is in relationship to the pivot and where that makes the rest of the knife sit, I think it's going to be more comparable to the Mini Super Freak.
Super Mini Freak.
Mini Freaky Super.
No.
Anyway, do you think they're going to come out with an automatic version?
A what?
I mean,
Automatic version?
Of the
what?
Mini.
What? No.
'Cause
no, I don't.
Why not? They have an automatic version of the full size.
Not yet. It's G10 handled, though. They got to go aluminum platform, which might be customizer, and whether you can make an auto and whether you can make it manual in the customizer. That might be something for things to come.
The question I have is, why is the first model in this new line a -1?
I have my theories. It's because they've already got other variants planned.
And what? This
Fair.
was just the first one that was ready to go, so they go with the -1.
So you're
all of the Saddle Mountain Skinner stuff was like -1, -2s for variants, right?
Yeah.
So the fact that they did come out with a -1 just might mean that come SHOT Show they might have a -2 or a something dark side.
A Mini and S90 might provoke my my need.
I'm just saying.
Indeed.
I don't know. They'll tell me soon, and then I'll still pretend like I don't know. But that's the game every year. So stop asking.
Yep.
Yep.
All right then.
Mr. Fisk is saying, historically speaking, the original model doesn't have a dash, and that's what Dennis is saying. Is that if they released like a green aluminum handled S9 or S30 version, very easy to do, like just 940 with no -1. But if you do it like -1, -2, you can do any other combination of things.
Well, and wasn't the 940-1 just the 940 with the G10?
No, I think the -1 was the carbon fiber. The -2 was the
Right.
G10.
Right.
That was my original thought too, and I actually had to go and look it up. And I was like, well, now my whole hypothesis is out the window.
No,
Yeah.
G10s don't always get the one. So, but they might do a -2 where it's blue on the outside and black on the inside, or something like it's like I was saying about the Hunt series, where there's wood handled versions for one and orange and rich light or whatever the hell they want to call it for
I'll
the
take
other
the
one.
Richard 940.
That's cool. I like rich light 940s. Make me happy. Yeah, in a Mini. That's cool. That's jazzy enough. It's like a ballet, like this said, for a knife when you don't need a knife. But
you want a knife with you?
Hey, Benchmade. Just slip me a few dollary days and we'll be all copacetic on it.
even on that note, like just a rich light with orange liners on any other folders, that would be a cool looking knife in anything in the Hunt series. I think that's a cool combo. Now that they're doing like the 945s with the blue liners and the Super Freaks with the red liners and stuff.
Well, I was
start doing orange liners for the Hunt series stuff.
Yeah.
And I can't see that being a bad thing
I
in
can't
any way.
I can't see them using the Richlight stuff outside of their Hunt series, at least for the foreseeable future, though, right? Because it's kind of a distinguishing factor for them.
Or at
Yeah.
least not in that, not in the same color combo.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I want that rich light on a mini Crooked River with the orange around it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That'd be kind of cool.
With the bolster, that would be a cool little knife. Yeah.
Black bolster,
Mm,
I think.
maybe.
No,
With that Richlight, I would.
I think I'd want a stonewash bolster.
I don't know. I think just going just by the color scheme, I think the black would look better. But they could always release two different variants and call it a -1 and -4 or whatever they're on now, because they have a couple different versions.
-9. They don't have a -9 anything for the record.
No,
Yet.
don't even.
Wait until next year. They'll come out with 6 more variants of the bug out.
At least they have names for their knives. Like Jesus.
It probably will be with the bug out, and maybe they'll put the mini split arrow clip on it, just to mix it up.
Just to hurt somebody's feelings. The other question that we had was actually one of Joe's questions, and I really liked it. So there.
Mhm.
Which knife purchase has been the most outside your comfort zone this year?
All right.
Do you want
Get
to
to
do-
some answers.
Do we want to do us and then this, or vice versa?
Let's hear from the
I think-
viewers.
Yeah.
All right, right off the hop, Kiefer. He got a Millet Torrent, and it happened so fast. They made a post, he commented, and they called his bluff. So he's the proud new owner.
Nice.
Yeah. Mr. Fisk is saying in chat that this is the stupidest model since the Benchmade Vector, and he's probably still going to buy one. So,
For the record,
Yeah, I kind of understand where he's coming from.
that's
Benchmade
it.
Vector is a knife I
Oh,
would-
that's a flipper assisted recurve Tanto good times double grind.
double grind.
Yeah. With the green, right?
Oh yeah, it's a weird thing.
Anyway,
Mhm.
yeah, it's a good time.
Stone Wookie says the purchase of a mail order bride for Professor Fuzzy Nuts.
She hasn't arrived yet. I hope she hasn't died in shipping.
I'm sure they have air holes. It's fine.
Yep.
Those aren't for air.
Oh Christ.
Oh,
Good night, folks. Good night.
Railed.
Oh yeah.
Mr. Fisk says the Spyderco Cali 3 already got rid of it. You can't invent a hole. You just can't. So at least he's consistent.
Good shit.
The same argument every time.
But you bought one, so you knew that what you were doing to yourself.
Yes.
All right.
Most definitely that.
Who next?
Other
Um,
comments?
So this next one hurts my brain to try and pronounce. I want to pronounce it like Joaquin Phoenix, but I don't think that's correct. But it starts with a J, and my brain hurts. So I'm sorry, but it's Gomez Lights. Responded, Spyderco Manix XL. It's completely massive compared to the rest of his pocket knives. Or most of his pocket wearables, excuse me.
Outside his comfort zone for this year, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah,
Manix
he's-
XL is a big knife.
Yeah.
in his little profile photo that you can see here, he's like in a suit with a tie and stuff like that. So I'd imagine that he's used to valets and things like that in his pocket.
Mhm, mhm.
So an XL Manix might seem gigantic if, that's you. So there. I don't know.
Any others?
Yeah, the finest tradition says the Emerson CQC7. He ended up loving it, but I guess he was a little apprehensive about before he got it.
Well, again, keep coming back to new generation Emersons versus old generation Emersons, and they've come a long way, right? Like, so
That's what I was going to say. Is that maybe I'd heard the reputation that he had before. Gear in Situ says that he got himself a custom sack that was below par, which is a shame. Nothing worse than getting something and being disappointed.
yeah, getting a shitty sack sucks.
It's a good thing you didn't flip those words around.
Nope.
Given PMW said he got a ProTech Strider SNG, and if there's one thing I know about Strider knives is they're not cheap. So I would imagine it's a financial.
A ProTech Strider SNG? Yeah, they're not cheap.
No, I can't imagine it would be. Ahsoka Edge here says the real steel Phasma free. He didn't know how well the D2 would perform.
You should look that one up, Joe.
Until he tested it.
How do you spell that, I wonder?
PHASMA. Oh, that vector is so gross.
The Real Steel Phasma. Oh, yeah, okay. I think I've seen this thing. Interesting.
Okay.
I'm trying to see it
That
better.
thing, it looks a lot like the, almost like the Rook flipper. What is that? Is it the 801?
They should learn how to name their knives before I'm going to bother remembering what they are.
I'm liking it, though. I'm liking it. Yeah.
Yeah. I dig that.
Doesn't look bad.
I like the fly-through pivot hardware that you can actually remove without a special tool.
Yeah, that just looks like it's Allen. Very cool.
And the back lanyard as well.
Yeah. I really like when knives do that, where it's just the pivot and a backspacer and nothing, like not multiple.
Yeah.
Just the hidden screw construction type whatever. Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
clean.
it tickles the cockles a little bit.
And I think that hardware is all the same size. Like it's all the same bit you would use to remove it.
That's what I'm saying. That thing specifically where they just use a pivot front and back, I dig it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Rust and Dust says a machete. So I'm not exactly sure what he.
A machete.
It might be outside his wheelhouse, but it's never the wrong choice. It's never the wrong choice.
Rust and Dust, like he rebuilds tools. Like he's constantly like re-welding.
Okay.
What's it called? Vices and stuff like that. Getting the faces all kind of trued back out.
So not something, not really a tool he would often use at work.
I guess not. Yeah. You would hope that he would have some awareness.
I don't think a machete should be a good mechanic tool in any sort of way. I don't think that's the right tool for the job. Yeah.
Don't judge.
Too late.
Just don't.
I will judge if you're a mechanic.
That's fair. Botanical EDC says that his Thrasher. It's the most expensive knife he's bought. Most expensive knife he's bought outright. I just bit my tongue, so I'm gonna struggle for the rest of the night now.
What's the company name on that Thrasher?
Is it not the? Oh Jesus Christ! What is his name? He was in one of the fights earlier.
Gavco?
Gavco, yes.
I know things.
And I think they were doing mid-tech thrashers through Ferrum Forge or something. That's what I said.
You said Thrasher.
I said Thrasher this time, but I was saying Thresher before.
Okay. That's a weird.
I'm pretty
looking
sure
knife.
he said Shredder, but then I was just thinking about Ninja Turtles. But
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Okay, sorry, that was the collab with who? Was that Mass Drop, or was that Wii, or was that...
I think it was a Ferrum Forge.
Okay, well, let's see.
It might have been Mass Drop.
But anyway, yeah.
The important part is that it was the most expensive knife he's ever bought.
It's weird breaking that barrier into a new price range, because oftentimes you're not sure what to expect, especially if you like him. It's the first time he's bought a knife that expensive.
Buyer's remorse can be a real thing.
Yeah. Although that looks like a pretty nice knife.
Indeed. Joe Frazier, who's actually the knife wizard, the knife whisperer.
The knife wizard.
It doesn't tell me. It's not cheating and telling me that here. His CKF Gavco Tiger, first time over $400 on a knife, which that's not a fun stage to get over. But apparently Gavco's pretty popular this year, with a couple different models coming out.
Sure,
It's up and coming. It's up and coming.
It's a Gavco kind of year. I feel bad about that one. That was the last comment that we got that came in.
Okay.
So I guess it's on to us, and then we can go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Nigel's dying. So.
I was gonna say, don't look so excited about that. Jeez.
I can't blame Nigel though. He's got the shit beat out of him essentially. So
It's so sore right now.
yeah.
All right.
I kind of have a twofer.
What's the diff?
Yeah.
Well, that's up to par for your standard of answers.
Yeah.
So let's hear your two answers.
Well, if I had
Just
to
quickly, have a good night, Mr. Fisk.
take care.
Good night, man. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Yeah. Happy anniversary. Go have fun.
So
Sorry.
okay, so the reason why I wanted to do a twofer specifically was because both of them are based on trust. Not so much as for what they said the knife was or what the design was, but whether it would perform the way I would expect, as the D2 pillar has been, or whether it would actually arrive. The Mantis Knives gearhead designed by G&G Hawk. So this was just, am I going to get it? I'm not comfortable ordering folding knives from the States because I want to know that they'll actually be here. And the pillar was, is it actually going to perform the way a D2 knife should? I'm excited to say yes, I can stop slagging on CRKT quite as hard. This thing has been awesome. Also, put a 17-degree edge on that thing, and it just screams through material now. It is fantastic. Like, it's I don't know if it's necessarily on par with my Benchmades, but it's damned close. And 61 Rockwell. That was kind of the big surprise for me when it came to this guy in particular.
That's tested, right?
Yeah, that's tested. I've got some Rockwell files that give kind of a range where things sit in. It's definitely over 60. It doesn't seem like it's breaking that 62 threshold that my the one particular file does. So yeah, I'm pretty confident that this is what they say and that it is a 61, which is just a sentence I never thought I would ever be saying about CRKT. So it may be a decent amount of time too late, but kudos for coming out with something that's actually this nice at that price.
And might outperform other D2 options on the market right now.
Yeah, I'm still testing. I think I might actually reprofile this to a 17 as well, resharpen both, and then have at her and see how they work.
Order some Australian rope and do some cut tests. And
Yep, absolutely.
It needs to be certified Australian.
I don't.
All right, Paul. Outside your box.
Um,
Get outside your box.
so this is a little bit outside that box. Yeah, it's a giant pizza slice, and I knew that I really liked the way that the handle looked on this thing, but I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about the whole thing overall. And I can honestly say that this thing's fucking delightful, and I'm very happy that I bought it.
Delightful.
And
That's
it's so stupid, but it's so dumb, and it's great. And yes. And yes.
And yes. Yeah, it's a little out of the wheelhouse. It's a little outside.
Yeah. And it still needs to be sharpened. I should probably get on that.
hmm
At least one edge.
Nigel?
The bailout for me.
No.
Tanto and tactical. It's not really what I go for most times.
Yeah, and I did mention the fact that when the 3V variant came out, you actually scored it pretty mediocre, if not kind of low,
Yeah.
on your scoring. And then the aluminum handle one came out, and you're like, "It's mine! Back away, motherfucker! It's mine!" Like,
Yeah. Yeah, the big part that won me over was definitely just the fact that it was in aluminum and just the different feel in hand.
Yeah.
And I love the color that they did.
It's nice.
Like for that green, it's so pretty.
I'll bring up a
That
picture
green
here.
is really nice. The texture that aluminum has is divine.
Yeah.
Well, Nigel has one, but he's not going to bring it up. So, you know.
Well, I
It's
mean,
buried.
it's easier for me to pull up a picture anyway.
It's over there in his pile of knives. Drink now.
Exactly.
It's not even my pile of knives this time. Jesus Christ.
There we go. Yeah, that's such a nice color. They did a good job with that.
Yeah.
And I'm still on the fence on whether I might pull that window punch off the back and get a barrel spacer for it. Might get
That's
a hardware kit and play with it. Yeah.
Unpopular opinion, I want a 940 in that color.
Just slightly darker than it is.
hmm
I wouldn't say
It's
no.
a completely different shade.
But only if they get like a KU pattern camo for the blade.
I'll take it.
Well, you know, you should take it.
But only if it's in like that blue ice pattern. So I can be tactically waterful.
Was that tactic flea?
It's
Is that
true
what I
once.
heard there? Yeah.
Yep.
All right then.
So save me.
I guess I'm the last person to go. And I will definitely have to say that my two Viper knives, for the money that these little sons of bitches were, sight unseen, and me to be just like ballsy enough to be like, yeah, I want two of them, is gotta take the cake this year for just like outside my wheelhouse. I play so conservatively 90% of the time to
True
just
fact.
be like, yeah, I want those. And damn Skippy, they paid off, because I don't care what y'all say about the clip, the knives themselves are fantastic, right? So, yeah. But I would say those are probably the ones that kind of just were on a whim.
Thank God they turned out okay.
Oh, Jesus. I would have loved to be like, I need to send these back. Like, yes.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm super happy to the point where, like, I know there's 8 variations and I won't get any more, but we've talked about the route where I might go. I don't know.
Mhm.
I like my Carla. We might stick with it. I think I got a good thing.
more than likely.
It's not a wrong thing, that's for sure.
Yeah, I know I had talked to you guys a couple weeks back about me doing some shuffling and getting more marble carbon fiber, but the more I play with this variation, the more satisfied I get as far as a long-term review goes. Yeah. So
that's it.
I think
on that note, it's 10 o'clock or damn close to it.
I think that rounds out part 3.
Indeed.
Yep. So yeah, that being that, thanks everyone for joining us. Make sure to head on over to the Patreon to see if you want to help out this ridiculous cause of ours and get some bonus rewards for whatever tiers you donate to.
Cool flashlight. You get a cool flashlight for very little money. Fisk hasn't said how he likes his little flashlight yet.
It's true. I'm still waiting for a video of the cat.
I was wearing it, barbecuing it again the other night, and it's good stuff. It's good stuff. Comes in handy.
Most definitely.
Anyway. Also, other than Patreon, we also have Instagram.
Yeah, follow us over there on Instagram, the Pokey Factor, and do it. Just do it, or Nigel will curse you with, I don't know, shriveling toenails.
There's such a list. There's such a list going. We'll have the list up soon as a running tally. It'll happen. So,
indeed,
guy's a dick.
Yeah. That all being that, this is Nigel the Smith signing off.
I am who I am. I'm Dennis Vipers.
I am the Iron Joe.
Exile.ca.
We will catch you again next time.
We don't need